Hi Neha.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. A very good morning to you.
Good morning to you also. And how are you how are
Thank
you today?
Yeah, I am also very good today, and
hmm
I am very excited. Yeah, what about you? And how is your weekend?
My
How
weekend
was your
was
weekend?
it was really very exciting because I got to meet my niece and it's a newborn baby. So yes, I met her
Oh,
for the very first time.
hmm.
So it was really nice.
Actually, hmm.
What about you? How was your weekend?
Actually, as a student, we have to do lots of work. We have to wash our dress, so everything. So yeah,
That's
working day.
great.
We say
You
today
do
is a
all by
working day.
yourself?
Yeah, actually, I live in my hostel, so that's why.
Okay, that's great. So this is the advantage you get when you live in a hostel. You learn everything, every household chores and how to live by
Yeah.
yourself. That's good.
Even I can say that when I come out from my home, then only I am eligible to speak English also. Because here I explore myself.
hmm
So I really is a very great opportunity for me. Yeah.
Great. Where do you live?
I live in Bihar.
Bihar. In city or village?
Yeah, you can say in city, but in the location of my hostel is located in village. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And where does your family live?
They also live in Bihar.
hmm
It almost 5 or 6 hour distance. Yeah.
All right, all right. So you go sometimes. You go
Yeah.
sometimes there to
During
meet them.
vacation like Holi, Deepavali, Chhat Puja. So on that time I go.
hmm Okay, great,
And
great.
yeah, one thing I want to say, like never think that today really I am very excited. I never believed that you text me, and when I typing that ma'am, I also want to connect with you. On that time, I feel very hesitate because I see uh, uh, your video, your way of talking. I think that I am very beginner level at this time, but I convince myself, no, I will do. And first time I want to say you, like when I watch your video, I think you when the conversation between English with Dehati ma'am, I think, yeah. So
hmm
on that time I meet with you, and I think that from that day I really addicted to your video. Everything I watch, and the first word that I know from you, that is green thumb.
Okay.
You ask
hmm
some co-learner, what about your hobby? Then he
hmm
say that I love hunting. So I think that you say you must have a green thumb. So
Hmm.
it some word stuck in my mind, and it also goes in my heart. So on that time, from today, and in every video I learned so many things from you, and everyone says that, and the same I also say, like your way of talking is just like a hypnotizing way. I feel that when you speak something, you feel that particular word. So that's the very good thing in you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for all the nice and kind words. And I'm really very thankful that you people are appreciating me. And that's how I'm getting motivated to deliver something on daily basis. So that's my motivation. And I assure that I'll keep on delivering good things, good content to all people out there and to all learners who have been learning from my videos. New words, new vocabularies, new idioms, everything I'll try to put forth.
Yeah, generally in any other conversation, like same way, but time to time you keep updating yourself. Sometimes you give a lesson about the interview. You come with some fun task also. So yeah, it's a very interesting also. Yeah.
Great, great, great. Thanks for the feedback, and I'll keep on experimenting with my content then. Okay, great.
Okay. Great.
So, can you tell me something more about yourself? Like, I know you are from Bihar, your name is Neha. Other than that,
Yeah, my name is Neha Anand, and I pursue nursing, and I am in second year. Yeah.
okay.
And if I talk
Mm,
about my hobby, then dancing and planting is also my hobby. So yeah, that's all about myself.
that's good. So, you also have a green thumb.
Yeah, actually, I am little bit confused. Like when I Google this word, what is the meaning of green thumb? So I am confused that a person who like planting, who have a green thumb, or sometime whenever we plant some fruit, like
Mm-hmm.
we plant fruit plant tree, so that because of the person we give so many fruits, so
Mm-hmm.
that person called they have a green thumb, or the person who like planting, we say he have a green thumb.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as I know, we call someone like we say that you have a green thumb when somebody is into gardening or into plantation, like very much involved into gardening, growing anything for that matter. So, we call them that, yes, you have a green thumb. So, as far as
Mm,
I am concerned, but as you've asked me, so I'll check it once again to confirm and then I'll message you.
Sometime it happen like when we plant a loofah plant, so
Mm-hmm.
according to that particular person it any flowering, but if that person sow that plant, it gives too much flower or vegetable, so I
Mm-hmm.
think that that particular person, we know that you have a green thumb.
Hmm. But someone who is into that for a long time, then we can say that yes, you have a green thumb. But someone who is planting just one or two plants, then we can't say that, right? So someone who is in that
Okay.
practice of planting trees and gardening, then we can say that yes, you have a green thumb.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, so I think that like actually you text me that today is my weekend, and I think that as a mother, because my mother, when I was child, my mother also says that when your weekend like Sunday is held, then I also feel that today is my Sunday and today is my holiday, because on that day we have not a pressure to make a lunch and breakfast for
Mm-hmm.
our kids. Little bit
Hmm.
we also take more rest on that day, but in other part mommy also say that on Sunday we I get irritated too much, because of actually my brother is also, we are one brother and me only, so
Mm-hmm.
we always always just try to quarrel with them. So on that day my mommy also say that this Sunday is very too much irritating for me, because you both
Yes.
are in staying at home.
I can totally
Yeah.
feel her because I'm also in the same boat as hers. And you know what? On Sunday we can start little late because kids don't go to
Hmm.
school on Sunday. It's off for everyone, so we can start little late. But
Hmm.
you are totally swamped up with lots of work, like extra work on Sundays, like doing this laundry and all the kitchen work, like everything that was there in weekdays that is already there. But you get more and more work, so you get,
Hmm.
overburdened and you feel overwhelmed on Sunday. So that is
Yeah,
also in my case too.
we feel that Sunday is for holiday, but nothing happened on that day. Overburden of a bund,
Housewives don't get any holidays.
yeah, definitely. And like you recently talk about the children expenses, so I want to say something about
Mhm.
me. Then I always, when I go to my school, always I erase my pen. Sorry, I keep always I write some word, and then again I erase what we say, clean our
Sharp,
pencil.
sharp.
Sharp,
Hmm.
sharp. Yeah. So, and like my father gave me that much length of pencil, and when I come back from my home, it becomes smaller. Yeah.
Because you
My
keep on
father also.
sharpening again and again.
Mhm. Yeah. So this time, when you conversation that particular
Hmm.
thing, so what kind of comes in my mind. So that
Hmm.
video is very interesting for me.
Yes,
And
and
I want to say you, like my mommy also say that during when we are child, so as a mother on that time we have also a lots of pressure, but now my mommy says that now, because I also live in hostel, my brother also engaged in any other studies, so now he is he totally alone in home, so he also says that childhood is also on that time really we have a pressure, but we leave now, I live alone, so I think that that day, because we engage ourselves on that particular thing, so no nothing have attention to in our
hmm.
mind, but the child is grown, we feel alone, So mummy says that that time is also very good. Now
Yes.
we have not much work also. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And then you are sitting idle, so your mind covers up with lots of negativities. But when you are busy, you don't have time to think anything negative. You are just busy,
Mm,
neither negative nor positive, but you're
yeah.
just busy.
Yeah, it will say that the empty mind is a devil's mind. So
Hmm. Right. Then it's worst. And then you
yes.
get into depression, anxiety. You always think about your kid only. You're always, anxious what your kids must be doing, like you are away from your home. So your mother always be worried about you, like how is she managing and all that. But when you are in front of them, they are totally, they feel happy. They're totally at their peace of mind that yes, my kids are in front of my eyes and they're doing well, or howsoever they are doing, but they are just in front of me. So they feel good about it.
Yeah, and I see in your videos also like the location and the scenario of Uttarakhand and these mountain and Himalayas. I think that it's very. I think that you are very lucky, but everyone feel that if you are that on place, you not feel that much of lucky. And when I see the monkeys in your path, so it's also very good. Yeah.
But you know what? We are fearful of wild animals here. As soon as it strike 5:30 in the evening, so then this tiger and wild boar, like a wild pig, it is kind of wild boar we call it. So they roam around our houses. So we are a little fearful of them. So we have to be very cautious when we go out in the evening, like in the dark. So that's a little con of living in hilly areas. But otherwise, all pros, everything good. It's good. But yes, from
Mhm.
my village also, many people have migrated to for studies or for job purpose. Many people have migrated. So we can't say that you are lucky because it is my conscious decision to live here. But many people who
Yeah.
were lucky, but then also they left this place, right? So it's a conscious decision. So that's why I don't consider myself lucky.
Yeah, everything have a pros and cons. Like
Hmm.
sometimes get something that we feel that what happened actually happened with me, but every green thing is not greenery. Every yellow thing is not gold. So
Hmm.
really, it will. Yeah, we only see the outer scenario, but you
Hmm.
feel the inner what happened with you. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So true, so true. Like people think that everything is good. Because they are watching us from outside, from their world, and we are in our own world, and we show everything good. We don't show anything bad about the place, right? So that's why they get to know about this. And yesterday only, I made a kind of vlog, a solo video with my kids. My kids were, playing around, and I was just making a video regarding that vocabularies, how to retain vocabularies for a longer time. So my kids were, really playing good, sharing things with each other, but behind the camera, they quarrel like cats. So, people get to see that they have good bond, they are sharing things with each other, but that is not the case every time. So it's just that whatever you
Yeah.
see on the screen, you feel that that's the reality, but it's not always the reality.
Reality, yes, ma'am. Yeah, so, ma'am, you recently I watched in your video, like you say that I am struggling with reading also. So now everything is okay in you, like you inculcate the habit of reading.
Not yet, but I am trying to. I'm just, totally striving to start my reading journey. So I've ordered 9 books of Sudhamurthy's books I've ordered. So I'm just waiting. As soon as I get those books, I'll start reading. And I'm sure that I'll get some interest into it because I really like the titles of the book, like Dollar Bahu and then 3,000, 1,000 or 3,000 Stitches, something like that, and many more. So
Mhm.
I got very fascinated by the title itself. So I'm very curious to start reading those books. And I'm sure that I'll just immerse myself into those books. So that could work for me. But other than that, I've already tried many books, like fictional and non-fictional as well, self-help books also, but nothing worked for me. I really didn't get any kind of interest, but I'm looking forward to Sudha Moti's book.
Yeah, and you already say that if you are not interested in reading a book, apart from you indulge yourself to search any topic and you want to enhance that thing. So I think it's just similar like as a those things. At anyway, we read something and
Yes.
uh,
Hmm. Yes, it's just
so
that you
it's
have to do that reading practice. Even you can read
yeah.
subtitles also, whatever videos you're watching. Watch it at once, and once you are done with the video, then mute the audio and read the subtitles. You're doing your reading practice. So with just one video, you can do watching, listening, reading, and then write about it after that. Write the summary and then speak about it. So just one video, you are just making the most out of it. You can do everything. So you need not
Yeah,
to
and
do a lot of things.
Hmm. And when we do it, it just when we do something in a very mindful way, then feel that today I do practice. It gives
Yes.
you a real satisfaction. Yeah, it
Hmm.
happened. Before some days, I also read some story and then I narrate, and then after I write it down. So I feel that yeah, I really do something, and
Hmm.
I feel some. If I talk about reading, so if a person says that reading is also my hobby, so on that time I am very surprised. So how reading is a hobby of a person? But I also not like this kind of reading. But due to enhancing my English knowledge, so I also start reading. So when I keep in touch with my book, I really feel that automatically it become your hobby.
Hmm. So what kind of
So
books you're into?
yeah, I read non-fiction, motivation. Yeah,
Hmm.
recently I completed Morning Miracle. I want to inculcate the habit to get up early in the morning.
Hmm.
So I commit myself when I start this book and till the end of the book. I
Hmm.
every day get up early. So on that day I get up. But nowadays, sometime I miss, but I try to be
Ah,
continuous
I see
myself.
that coming actually. And you know what? I
Yeah.
have the same problem. And that's why I don't read these self motivation books a lot because I don't really, get into it. I don't really follow it, whatever I read. So that's why I'm not into it. I don't really get motivated out of it. Whatever I'm motivated is that motivation comes from inside. Whenever I feel like,
Inside,
whenever
yeah.
it is coming from inside, I'll do that. And if it is not coming, then again, I'll feel lethargic. I'll keep on procrastinating things, but I never get motivated by self-help books. So that is why I'm not getting interest into these books. Like I've seen people talking about, self-help books, and then they somehow inculcated the habits in their daily life as well. So that's good, but I'm not that kind of person. It's really difficult
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
be consistent.
Like if we read that, yeah, particular thing, but we have to be mindful on that thing that no, I have to read. It doesn't mean that every day I read 10 or 20 pages every day. At least we read one page, but we try to inculcate that habit in
Hmm.
ourselves. So I think it. And like if you watch a motivation video, it's another thing, but when you read, it goes to your conscious mind. I think it really beneficial that it makes me motivate. So I think that it
Yes.
makes me motivate. Yeah,
Yes,
it is good for me
hmm.
also.
It's quite evident that
Mm.
reading is definitely a very powerful tool, and it's a gateway to many perspective, many new vocabularies, structured thoughts. So you must go for reading because while watching, you listen to many people, and they all have different kind of thoughts, different kind of speaking. They speak, with different kind of
Hmm.
tone and pace, and their languages are
I know.
also different. Dialects are different, right? So you somehow get confused. You pick something from here, something from there. But while reading, you are into a certain world. Like the author writes in a particular manner, and his perspective is also, in a particular manner. So you just enter into a certain world, and then you completely immerse yourself in that. And you're engrossed in that book when you read it, right? While watching, we get distracted sometimes. So it's
Yeah.
good to go for reading to structure your thoughts, especially.
Yeah, and like if I say one funny thing that today nowadays I read the power of now, so it will say that we have to always live in present. Like whatever we do, we have to feel like right now I am holding the book, so we have to feel I am holding my book. So in that way, like when we write anything, we have to listen that the written sound through our ears. So everything we have to be conscious everything about that thing. So the thing is that it was so it also says that like we do anything. Like I try to also do this kind of thing. Actually, I read this book morning. So when I go to the bath, I also feel that the water in my body. But the thing is that if
Hmm.
I take 20 minutes of a bath, but it almost take 40 or 1 hour even. On that time, I become very slow. So I think that
Yes.
everything is inculcate in ourselves. Yeah, living in
Hmm.
present is good, but sometimes if we take too much serious, so
Hmm.
it is not.
When you have enough time, then surely you can practice this thing. And I remember one of my students told me, and she heard it somewhere in some Buddha related story on YouTube. She heard
Mhm.
it that meditation is not like sitting at a place and sitting still and meditating, like thinking about something and focusing on something. But even when you are eating, if you feel the texture, if you are totally into it, you are, mindfully eating, that is also meditation. Like you told me that while bathing, you are feeling it, so that is also meditation.
Patient, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So that was really beautiful. I learned it from her.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I want to ask, like when I read something, so I not understand everything. I only just read. So how I overcome this kind of thing? And
Mhm.
yeah, every like if I Mhm.
So I would
Yeah, you
say
can.
it's so natural that you don't understand everything in a book, because sometimes you go for some complex language, right? So go for little simplified language. Like I told you, I have ordered Sudha Murthy's book. So Sudha Murthy's book have a little simplified languages, like the way we speak in everyday life. So she has that kind of language. So you can go for those books also, right? So you'll understand at least 90% of it. Maybe 10% you won't understand, but then you can search about it and then understand it later, right? So you'll understand 90% of it. But if you are reading any particular book right now and you're not getting everything out of it, then again you have to make some efforts to understand it. You have to find whatever you are, whatever line you are not getting. Just ask ChatGPT for its explanation. You can do that. You can simply read that line to it. There is an audio option. Then simply click on that
Mhm.
audio and read that line out. Okay. And ask for clarification. So ChatGPT will provide you the clarification. You can get it. Other than that, whatever new words you are getting, again search for its meaning and write its meaning next to the word in the notebook. It's in the book itself. Right. So when you'll reflect to that page again, when you'll read that page again, so you'll get it better. You have to read it again and again to get the full essence of it. Right. So little efforts are required
Yeah, yeah.
if you're really
And
interested in that book.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is the very most important thing. And one thing I also want to ask, like, if really grammar is very important, but it happened in when I speak something, I think that totally I feel it. My grammar portion is too much weak. In every sentence, there is some mistake also happen. So, but when it happened, when I conscious about the grammar thing, so on that time I stop myself, nothing comes in my mind, I stuck. So how I overcome from it?
I would suggest you that you have just started your journey. So don't focus on grammar much. You're speaking quite well, quite fluently. And this is something you have to focus on when you start your journey. On fluency, you have to focus. Later on, you can work upon your accuracy with the help of grammar, right? Wherever you are making mistakes, just work upon it. And you'll get to know yourself. When you watch your videos again, recorded videos again, you'll get to know like wherever you are making mistake. Then take that point out. Let's suppose you're making mistakes in prepositions. So take some time out in a day and work on your preposition, right? Do some exercises related to it. Understand the concept and do some exercises related to it. And then forget everything. Don't be conscious about it. It will come to you naturally, right? Other than
Mhm.
that, whenever you're watching, reading, notice the patterns, like wherever they are using preposition, notice the patterns, right? Learn the whole line, whatever they are using. Learn things in context. Just keep on doing, but don't think about using it much. Like, don't pressurize yourself for using it. Then you'll not be able to deliver, right? when you pressurize yourself. Just keep on doing exercise, notice the pattern, observe things. But whenever you are there for speaking, whenever you are there for conversation, just be calm. Whatever comes to your mind, just say it. It's just that you have to be fluent. You have to speak spontaneously. Nothing more than that. Spoken English is all about speaking fluently and
No.
getting your point across. It's just that whosoever is in front of you, you have to make them understand. It could be any beginner, intermediate level, also an advanced speaker as well, right? It could be anyone. So you have to mold your speech accordingly. Let's suppose I'm using many advanced words in my speaking, but someone is a beginner in front of me. Will he be able to understand me? No, right? So I have to mold my speech accordingly. I have to be very picky, saying some words and my lines and everything so that I could make them understand. So, this is something you have to focus upon for spoken English. But if you have to go for any exams or something like that, then you can work upon your grammar definitely. But right now, don't think about it much. You're pretty well. Even if, after this session, just check your recording and you'll get to know you're doing quite well. I also make grammar mistakes, right? But I'm not very conscious about it because it's okay. I know many grammar concept, but still, while speaking, due to slip of tongue or for anything, I sometimes make mistake. So that's totally okay. I don't bother about it because it happens. It happens in Hindi as well, right? So for time
Yes.
being, you have to focus on your fluency and just enhancing your vocabulary. Okay, so that you could use words according to the person in front of you, right?
Mm. Yeah, nowadays, like you talk about the idiom. So nowadays, what do, like I write it down on my hand, and whenever I see it, then like every day I try to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah, everything I know, like about a dark horse and through thick and thin. So I try to inculcate this whenever I speak this kind of thing
Hmm.
and make government to deliberately come and speak that particular
Yes.
word.
Put yourself in a situation, imaginary situation, and use that in that situation,
Yeah.
right? That's good.
Right. Like, I think that we have to always come out from our comfort zone. I think that if I talk with you, so, but you, right now, you also not feel me like that. You are very natural about your language and you talk like as a very beginner. So it is also very good thing. And I am little bit underconfident that when I talk with you, may I talk with you or not,
Hmm.
but now I feel relaxed also. Yeah, actually,
So it's just that you keep pushing your boundaries. Like there was a time when I was also nervous, right? Talking to advanced speaker, but then I pushed myself. I jumped into conversations with advanced speaker. Now I feel very comfortable. So initially it happens to everybody. Everyone faced struggles, right? So it's okay. So you also keep pushing yourself and try to reach advanced speakers as well. There are many advanced speakers on YouTube. Like they have their own YouTube channel. So you can reach them and have conversations with them, and this is how you are stepping out of your comfort zone as well.
yeah, and time to time we have to updating ourselves. Like if I talk about me, then before some days I continuously watching the video of Buddha, but
Hmm.
I think that we to every day, like time to time we have to go another another portion also in different areas. Then
Hmm.
I think that we have to updating ourselves. Like if I talk about myself, then I only watch one video, but nowadays I watching your video. Even you, one day you talk about Milan Solan. So
Milind Soman.
yeah, Soman, huh? So I also watched that video. So when we keep updating ourselves, we have knowledge also and gain the knowledge of different areas.
Hmm.
So yeah, we are updating ourselves also.
That's good. So don't restrict yourself to one particular domain, but widen your horizon. So
Mm.
Milind Soman, you're already watching, you're getting to know about health and fitness, right? And there is
Yes.
another very fluent speaker. She's so well spoken. Her name is Rida Tharana. She's also on YouTube. She has her own YouTube channel,
Mm.
right? So you can watch her for women empowerment. She talks about women empowerment a lot. So for that, and many more channels. What's her name? Mostly Sane. There is a channel called Mostly Sane. Prajakta Kohli. She's the face
Okay.
behind that channel. So you can watch her too. So many channels are there. As per your interest, you can definitely watch, but don't restrict yourself to a particular domain.
Things. Yeah. Nowadays, YouTube is overflow with
Hmm.
everything.
TED Talks you can watch.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And if I talk about myself, then from it's I start my journey 1 year ago. But like every day, I do speaking practice on CV app. But I think that coming in front of camera, because I have also a phobia of camera. Even I not talk with my brother in front of camera. I don't know why it has happened, but I try to come out from that thing and like interact with the person in
Hmm.
front of. Yeah.
Yes. So to be comfortable with camera, make more and more videos of yourself speaking English, right, on any topic, or just mimic someone, or you can do anything in front of camera to be comfortable with it, right? So do that on daily basis, and one day you'll be very comfortable, and then there is no looking back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and nowadays it happened like if I come from Bihar, so I think that you also know there is some tone of Bihari.
Hmm.
So nowadays it happened that too much comfort about my own Hindi language, but a little bit more confident about my English language. Yeah, so nowadays it happened with me. Yeah.
Hmm. Slowly and gradually, you'll be able to mitigate that mother tongue influence because it will not happen overnight, right? So you can do shadowing practice. You have to imitate any fluent speakers and do that shadowing practice. You can practice tongue twisters as well to remove that mother tongue influence. So I've seen that, I've noticed and I heard about it that many people practice tongue twisters to remove MTI, mother tongue influence. So you can also do that. Try doing it
Tongue
and then see if you can get
means
any
that
improvement.
tongue twister, it means that same rhythm, rhyming word like
No,
badly
no, no.
bout a butter.
Yes, yes.
Then,
Hmm. These are tongue
okay. Oh,
twisters.
hmm. Twisters.
Okay. You can get
So, what is the
many
important
on
part?
internet to clear your speech. When you practice tongue twisters,
Okay.
it helps in clearing your speech, right? And your pronunciation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have. And during my childhood, I don't know how I learned this kind of thing because it's a little bit interesting.
Hmm.
But I not inculcate this in my habit. But from today, I definitely do it. One tongue
Yes.
twister is that bet out of butter. The
Hmm.
butter was bitter. Badly bought some bitter butter batter to make butter better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. You
Hmm.
have totally crammed it. Ah, you can
Like
practice
there
this
was a
and.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was a girl. Her name is Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
He buy the butter, but the butter was bitter. So
Mm-hmm.
the new girl Bentley, she buy some more better butter to make that
Hmm.
bitter butter better.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you learned it through the story. You remember the story, so that is why you're able to say it in a flow.
We learn in childhood, it
Mm-hmm.
continue with us. So
Hmm.
this learned this thing in my childhood. So yeah, like we like in Hindi we say that na pake ped pe paka
Ah.
papita. Like
Yes.
that.
So you can get
Mm.
many tongue twisters like that from internet and try practicing it for some
Yeah,
days. Like for
definitely.
7 days, you can practice and then see if you can get any improvement in your speech. Otherwise,
Okay,
like there is
and
no need to focus much on it. You are quite fine. But focus on your fluency first. Keep on practicing, keep on speaking on daily basis, right? And then slowly and gradually work upon all these things if you want to. Otherwise, it's all good. Everything is acceptable, right?
mm,
So it's good.